Unit 1, Lesson 2 test. Number 1. Good experiments follow organized procedures. Which of these phrases describes another characteristic of a good scientific experiment? A. Uncontrolled surroundings. B. Results that can be replicated. C. Small sample size for collecting data. Number 2. Jason wants to know how far a shot putter from the track team can throw a shot. During the experiment, Jason measures independent and dependent variables. The drawings below show 3 trials from the experiment. Assuming the shot putter hurls the shot with the same force each time, what is the independent variable? A. Force exerted on the shot. B. Distance traveled by the shot. C. Angle at which the shot is thrown. Number 3. Jim investigates how the angle of a throw affects the distance that the ball travels. The drawings below show 3 trials from the experiment. Assuming Jim hurls the ball with the same force each time, what is the dependent variable in the experiment? A. Force exerted on the ball. B. Distance traveled by the ball. C. Angle at which the ball is thrown. Number 4. A physicist at a research laboratory reports a startling new discovery. However, other scientists are unable to reproduce the results of the experiment. Which statement provides a likely explanation for their inability to produce the same results? A. The conclusions are based on multiple trials. B. An experimental error produced the startling results. C. Other scientists don't have as sophisticated equipment. Number 5. During a scientific investigation, which step will a scientist likely perform first? A. Plan an experimental procedure. B. Ask a question for investigation. C. Defend conclusions drawn from data. Number 6. Deandra investigates how far a rubber band stretches when she suspends an increasing amount of weight from it. The graph below shows her data. Based on this data, which variable is dependent? Hint. Step 1. Identify the variables in the investigation on the graph. Step 2. Find the answer choices that show a variable that changes because of another variable being changed. A. Stretch. B. Time. C. Weight. Number 7. Scientific investigations include many different steps. During a scientific investigation, which step occurs after a scientist collects data? A. Draw conclusions. B. Plan the experiment. C. Follow the procedure. Number 8. David heats a beaker of water for 5 minutes. He then removes the beaker from the heat and allows it to cool. As the beaker cools, David measures the temperature of the water every minute for 15 minutes. Which equipment indicates the temperature? A. Clock. B. Thermometer. C. Graduated cylinder. Number 9. A group of students makes a prediction they plan to test with an experiment. Which procedure increases the accuracy and validity of the group's experimental test? A. Repeating the experiment and analyzing all the data. B. Having group members individually make calculations. C. Change the procedure to check whether the results are constant. Number 10. Which description defines an experiment? A. Observation of results from uncontrolled events. B. Development of a testable explanation of an event. C. Procedure applied systematically under controlled conditions. Number 11. After many trials, a researcher finds that data from her experiments do not support her hypothesis. What should the researcher do? A. Do more trials. B. Change the data to support the hypothesis. C. Form a new hypothesis and conduct experiments to investigate it. Number 12. Which of the following is an example of an observation? A. How much light is needed for plants to grow taller? B. If the speed of a car increases, then it will require more distance to stop. C. The width of the rock is 7.6 centimeters. Number 13. Which description defines a dependent variable in a scientific experiment? A. A factor that requires tools to measure. B. Any factor that changes during the experiment. C. A factor that changes due to the independent variable. Number 14. Which of the following characteristics is a part of a good scientific experiment? A. Results can be reproduced. B. Results are based on a small sample size. C. Results are based on an undisclosed process or procedure. Number 15. Which sequence of events is a logical order of a scientific investigation? A. Experiment, hypothesis, analysis of data, conclusion. B. Hypothesis, experiment, conclusion, analysis of data. C. Hypothesis, experiment, analysis of data, conclusion.